Alright, what's going on everyone? It's Picky Choco, and in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about some very exciting and special new news. Now, I hope everyone is excited and pumped up for Genshin's very first anniversary, which might be released around the arrival of KOKOMI's banner. So, we'll try to predict the 4 stars that might be on KOKOMI's banner, as well as talk about the possible rewards that might be received by the players in a very special event, and a very interesting theory about Sumeru, a land of divine knowledge and wisdom, or just another tragic place devoured by greed and thirst. So basically, tons of new news and interesting things. But before we get into that, I just wanna say, subscribe if you're new to my channel, as it motivates me a lot, and also make sure that you won't miss on any latest news, predictions, and stuff related to Genshin like this. Alright, now without any further ado, let's get into the video right now. Again, apart from the official news, this video is merely a speculation and is not indicative of any final product of the game. So firstly, let's talk about the KOKOMI banner and the upcoming 4 stars that might appear in her banner. So I've tried to pick these characters on the basis of their relevance to the official 2.1 patch notes and the Spiral Abyss, which is interesting. So the characters that I'm thinking for KOKOMI's banner might be heavily focused on healing, because if we take a look at the official patch notes of 2.1, it mentions something about corrosion in the Spiral Abyss, which is related to HP loss, and miHoYo has also shown KOKOMI to have some healing visuals. So in my opinion, characters like Barbara, Xingqiu, and Noelle might be put on KOKOMI's banner because they kind of match this healing criteria, and it's been a long time since we've seen these characters except Barbara. Now talking about Bennett, he might be placed as a part of a good marketing strategy, as if it happens the F2Ps might summon heavily on that. Now Beta also looks like a suitable guess, as she also has not arrived from a long time, and right now is one of the most explosive characters in the game. So most likely Barbara, Noelle, Beidou, or Xingqiu might be on KOKOMI's banner. So I'm really hoping they place some value added 4 stars in the banner, as most likely anniversary might be around the corner. Speaking of which, now let's move on to the possible rewards that players might receive during the anniversary, which is one of the most excited and hyped up event of Genshin Impact. Do keep in mind that these are my speculations and guesses based on the past events. So the first and obvious guess is Primogems. Now taking a look at all the past events when miHoYo achieved some great feats, for example being a #1 game in the Apple Store or the most downloaded game of the year, so compensating players in terms of Primogems has been the most usual way. So considering all the past events, a number of 60, 100, 300, or even 1000 Primogems were awarded to the players. Now taking that into account, I'm at least hoping for some decent distribution of Primogems to the players. Secondly, there might be some big events similar to the 1 billion Primogems event. The next possibility is Primogems in form of notices and mails. So if you remember in past, the players have been awarded with decent amount of Primogems by the characters. So these 3 points are the most possible things that might happen during the anniversary. Now talking about the 2 least possibilities that might happen. Firstly, providing players with a free 4 or 5 star character or a weapon, either of their choice, might be one of the best things happening during this patch. But since Aloy as a free 5 star will likely make an appearance during that time frame, so this possibility is very less. Secondly, being a gacha game and an anniversary, a huge discount and a massive sale of Crystal Genesis might be kept in the shop, which might attract a large fan base of old as well as new players and would seem a value for money deal. But this again likely seems to be a very less possibility, as if we take a look at the release and time period of this gacha game, it's only been a year, and by any chance if they decide to implement this, it might be a big marketing decision, as players and most probably the F2Ps might focus more on saving for the next anniversaries rather than spending on these banners, which would indeed not turn out to be a good strategy. So that is the reason I categorize them as one of the less probabilities, but if they happen, it will be absolutely amazing. And yeah, I just forgot to mention something about the new event, which is called as the Engraved Wish event. So basically you just have to go to the page, be creative, and mention one of your wishes or feelings feelings about Paimon or Genshin Impact, and if you're lucky, your wishes might be engraved on a sculpture of Paimon that is being constructed in MiHoYo's office. It also has some rewards ranging from coupons to PS5, so don't forget to participate in that competition, and the links are provided in the description, and all the best for that. So let me know what are your guesses on the 4-star on KOKOMI's banner and expectations about the Genshin anniversary rewards in the comments. So now moving on to an interesting theory about Sumeru and its dark past and greed about gaining knowledge and divine power. So if you didn't know, Sumeru is currently ruled by Lesser Lord Kusanali, who's supposedly said to take place of the past Archon who died as a result of the cataclysm. So every year the birth of this new Archon is celebrated in the form of a festival that's called as Sabes Ruse, which according to Said from the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt is said to be one of the most cheerful festivals and a rare instance where people commemorate and gather to celebrate the birth of their Archon. Now the people of Sumeru are said to be one of the most intelligent and resourceful, as they are said to have a grasp on all the divine knowledge and powers. Now to relate it with the dark past, I'll talk about the Sumeru Academia and characters like Dotore and Kole. So the Sumeru Academia is said to be one of the most intellectual place in the entire Genshin universe, where all the greatest minds sharpened their wisdom and extracted the true potential by delving deep into the possibilities of art of resurrection and experimentation on humans to increase their lifespan, and also working on tapping the divine knowledge of Archons. So overall, knowledge here is used as a resource to modify and shape every aspect of life and power in Sumeru. But the problem is, when there are more intellectual minds, it can either cause a constructive path or lead to a destructive one, and the knowledge here about topics like resurrection and divine power are limited to only the greatest minds and authorized in a very weird manner, meaning that the common folk who do not have that much power or knowledge do not have any access to that, which in turn angered people like the Torre and Piero and even Barnabas, who then started constructing and weaponizing the anger and pain of gods, and this made the delusions come true, and even some experimental subjects, one of them being Kole, who was successfully induced with the pain and anger of Archon. So this is one of the darkest phase and paths of Sumeru, one of which even Lisa in her library has mentioned to the travelers. So it will be very interesting when we enter the region of Sumeru. Hopefully we'll see all of these characters, but here lies my main question. Is knowledge a boon or a curse, and should it be provided to everyone to boost the progress, or kept it in an authorized manner, which might lead to rebellion and creation of dark moments and past, which ultimately will be painful? So let me know what do you think about this Sumeru dark past theory in the comments. So that's basically it for today's video. Just thought I'll update y'all on new news and some theories, and I hope you're all excited for the upcoming Genshin anniversary, and I wish you all the best for your summons. So I hope you enjoyed this video, so make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss on any latest news, stuff and theories related to Genshin like this. As always, I'll see you all in the next video with some interesting new news. Until then, stay safe and stay picky.